Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today I, Errol the Comic Chief, will be critiquing The Man of Steel Part 3. Michael Bendis is still writing this fantastic intro to Superman, and I love it. He's got that Bendis style flavor. So the cover art, it was drawn by Reese, Prado, and Sinclair, and it's a good one. On it, we have Rogol Zaar crushing Krypton in the palm of his hand, and that classic baby Kal-El wrapped in that nice little blanket with the House of El symbol on it on his ship, blasting away from Krypton. So that's the story that we know, right? The interior art, it was tag teamed again with Ryan Sook, this time at the helm, with Jason Fabok drawing the one flashback page. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right here. The characters, the art, my favorite is the one, they're the ones with Jay. All right, so let's talk about the characters that are in here. Rogol Zaar, Jimmy Olsen, Supergirl, Superman, Batman, Kellex, Melody Moore, who we've met, and Perry White, and then we also have Lois Lane and John Kent on Fabok's pages. So the issue immediately picks up with Rogol Zaar crashing into Earth, and the first place he hits would happen to be near the Fortress of Solitude. So we see Rogol Zaar tracking through snow and ice, and he has to go through all that just to get to the fortress. And he crushes through the front door like nobody's business. So the panels on this page, they really pop from Rogol Zaar standing fearsome with a walking stick, or it's actually a weapon in his hand. The cold coming out of his mouth, I thought that was a nice touch. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. So the last panel focuses on his red and blue eyes. And these are actually my favorite panels and my favorite page overall in the book. Sorry, Fabok, but your one page was pretty awesome, but it was pretty much the same as the one that we just saw in issue number 2. So as Rogol enters the fortress and is looking around, the protector of the fortress, Kellex, greets Rogol as a trespasser, but he's immediately attacked by Rogol. They battle, they dabble, but Rogol tears him apart. I don't know if he already had it as his goal, but he heads straight for a small glass bottle, which contains none other than the entire city of Kandor. So we cut to Metropolis, at the scene of another arson fire. The flames are already out, and inside we see Deputy Fire Chief Moore. I'm still thinking, is this going to be a love interest? So Superman and Batman, yes, I said Batman, are investigating the scene. So Superman asked Batman to come investigate. And with Batman being, in my opinion, the world's greatest detective, that actually makes sense. Batman's dialogue was actually my favorite writing in this issue, because in my opinion, I don't read enough Batman. But you can tell that he's someone that Superman actually respects and trusts. And from the 2 pages of Batman we get in this story, I think you could tell all that from just that. So during this brief encounter, Superman immediately flies off as he hears an alarm from his fortress calling him. So it's a silent alarm, so I'm guessing only Kryptonians can hear it. Okay, so this page is a tie with that Rogol Zaar page that I was telling you was my favorite in the whole book. And that's because this one mirrors that page exactly. So we get 4 panels. Superman flying down. Superman looking at his now destroyed Fortress of Solitude. Superman walking through the doors. And the final panel of just his eyes. They're both blue this time. So to me, this art is telling me that Michael Bendis probably considers Rogol Zaar to be an equal and formidable opponent for Superman. So this is probably the best art and storytelling that I've seen in the Man of Steel series so far. Because no dialogue, but you can still get so much from these 4 panels on those 2 pages, so 8 panels total, with no dialogue. Alright, continuing on. The next 2-page spread has Superman looking over the wreckage inside the fortress, and his narration complements what we see as sadness and anger happening at the same time. He references some of his dad's old quotes, and the writing complements the art. This is awesome. His heritage destroyed, and when he realizes that Kandor was destroyed, Man. So Kara, or Supergirl, as you know her, flies in because she's Kryptonian and she also heard the distress signal coming from the Fortress of Solitude. This page of her comforting Kal-El was just wow. All the feels. An entire city destroyed. His friends and the people he knew, they were destroyed. This is just epic, Mr. Brian Michael Bendis. Did DC Comics really let you do that? Did they let you kill off an entire civilization? These issues really show Superman at his low point. Last issue, he was on the moon crying. This issue, he's in the Fortress of Solitude, defeated, crying, mourning. So he flies off in what seems to be a fit of rage. As he is doing so, we cut to a flashback scene, beginning with John Kent calling out, "Dad? What is that?" And Lois repeating his name. "Clark? Clark?" The fabric page, that flashback page, like I said, it's the same panel as the last issue. We see a giant electrically driven being staring Clark and his family in the face. And we get an image of a man, this is a new, in green tights with a green background of lights emerging from that being. So it's a spaceship? Is that kryptonite? He's green. Is he bald? He looks bald. Is that Lex Luthor? I don't know, because it's just a silhouette and that's all we get. So we cut to Superman and Supergirl flying. She's asking him who would know about the Fortress of Solitude. And then she continues to ask about Lois and John and if they are okay. But Superman's dodgy and says, yes, they're okay. And they're not here. But that's it. It's still a mystery. We don't know what happened. Supergirl doesn't know what happened. She asks again if they are safe, but he doesn't answer her question. He tells her to get her world safe and come find him when that's done. So as this dialogue is all going on, we get Clark's inner monologue. He recites names from the people that were in Kandor, all the people that he knew, all the people that were now dead. He flies back to Metropolis, following a trail from the Fortress of Solitude, looking for Rogolzar, or, to him, the mysterious stranger to him, the person whose name he does not know. He x-rays his obvious locations, his home, the Daily Planet, which, by the way, we progress the Perry White storyline as he's letting Jimmy and the other folks that work over at the Daily Planet that the paper might have been sold. Man. So as he's flying through the city, he's attacked by a giant blast. He realizes he was lured there. His rage from Kandor's destruction, that was a lure to get him off guard. So, as he races towards his opponent, the alien blast attack hits him again. And as he is falling from the sky, Supergirl flies in to save the day, or save Superman by catching him. So we find the last 2 pages of this issue, a 2-page spread of them flying towards Rogolzar while he's holding his badass axe in his hands, waiting for them. And a nice 10-page sentence, to be continued next week in Man of Steel number 4. Wow, YouTube, this was such a good issue. So damn good. The art? Yes, much better than the last one. The writing? Fantastic. I loved it. The plot? Yes, I think I got more in this issue than the first 2 combined. Now, let's talk about the character development. Yes, it was awesome. We see a whole new side to Superman that we don't see all the time. And let's talk about the price tag. So there's no digital code, and usually that'd be a no for me, but this issue is so good, it more than makes up for it. So I'll give that a half thumb up. So 4.5 out of 5 stars, hands down. Love the issue. So let me know what you think, YouTube. This is the Comic Chief, going offline.